He's in the league so broke. Hey, David, so much easy for y'all to say. Y'all got money, y'all got this, and that. Bro.
You sound like you want to say some shit, so
So, like, all you gotta do is hoop, bro. You could have got this money too. You just ain't good enough.
damn,
Like, for real. Like, what the like, the money is there.
dude,
Like, hoop, and you would get paid. You ain't hooping.
dude.
Like, what the hell? Like, bro, in the league should not be broke, bro. Are you not managing your money? Like,
Nah,
why are you
that's
just thirsty for bread?
Bro, I seen a whole ass
Like, damn.
interview about that shit.
Like, ain't can't, like, find a new outlet for a year? You in the league, you got, like, connections to damn near any and everything. You can't find something else for a year? You hurting?
They must be doing some
hurting, like,
bullshit.
Damn.
The paycheck, the paycheck. Just
That ain't Kyrie Dwight fault. Am I tweaking, bro?
Nah,
Like, bro, you in the league, bro. You gotta manage your money. You got all the resources to manage your money.
Shit, the
Start
part
this shit
stop
up,
off
dog.
there. It's already started. Been recording that shit going in the pod. Fucking action. You
Damn, I'm
talking
so
about?
confused. Three E Pod episode 9. Mike was good.
what's going on, bro?
Sean was good.
What up with y'all?
How y'all feel, man?
Chilling, man. Been better.
World is in disarray, bro. It's crazy.
It's a weird time to be living right now, man. We already said 2020 was trash, but it's just getting worse. And just wondering what's next at this point.
Yeah, that's really the best way to put it. Like, you don't really know what's next, bro. Like, the world is in such a disarray, I should say. Like, everything been pissing me off, bro. Like,
Yeah.
for real. Just from, like, seeing things on TV, seeing people not understand, like, where black people are coming from, seeing people, like, fake like they understand where we coming from. Like, I feel like people trying to play both sides. And then I'm starting to understand certain people that say, like, I don't know what to say or do. And I'm scared to say anything because it's such a slippery slope. Like, I don't know what you might interpret my opinion to be. You don't want to be canceled. You know, you don't want to be, like, it's people on Twitter that'll say certain things and then people will do certain things, so now they lose their job. So now it's like people are scared to say certain things. People are scared to be them true selves. Like, they just undercover, like, racist, to be honest.
Yeah. It all depends on who you're talking to as well, you know? I mean, I would consider us, like, educated black men, like, in the right mindset. So I would much rather, me personally, I would much rather someone who is uneducated on the situation to just say that instead of try to fake it, like you said. Because if you fake it and then we find out that you faking it, it's too late to apologize. At that point, we're going to already say, bro, you racist. Like, that's just what it is. So if you are one of those people that's confused or just don't get it, I guess you could say, just say that. Like, just be open about it more so than make an ignorant statement, I guess you could say.
Because it's almost like if you're quiet today, I might feel like you're against me.
Yeah, I'd much rather you say, honestly, like, I don't know what to say. And I'd be like, well, this is why we feel this way. This is why this is happening. You know,
Which is okay.
Yeah.
I don't like to speak up on every single thing that happens in the world. But I will say, if you don't say the right things, cancel you. Like,
off back,
I have nothing to say to you.
For sure.
Like, and it's crazy because I see, and I will say, I won't just single out white people, but I will say I see a lot of people saying, I'm tired of talking about this. I'm tired of everything we're going through right now. People have been tired for years.
Yeah.
Generations before us, people have been tired. So it's almost like, we don't want to hear that.
No.
Like, from anybody.
Especially if it's coming from a certain person who's never lived a day in our lives, especially. Because you can't sit and tell me you tired of us talking about it and it's been 3 weeks. Like, I've been alive for 24 years, bro. our OG's been 50, 70, 80 years. Like, don't tell me about tired. I'm definitely not feeling that statement at all.
Yeah, man. It's just, I feel like everything just looks more, what's the right word? Maybe like gruesome, just because everything's on camera.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, like, rest in peace, George Floyd, man. Like, that whole thing was crazy. It took me like a week to actually sit down and say, okay, I'll watch the video now. I didn't want to watch it just cause like I heard what happened, and I was like, I just don't think I want to see that. I felt like it was already so much other stuff going on, to be honest. Like, it was already, you know, loved ones I know, like, getting corona. It was already just too much going on in the world. Like, it was already deaths from months ago with people, famous people I knew. Like, it was just already too much going on. I didn't want to see that.
Yeah.
But it was just like, it almost was like you had to educate yourself on things. Like, eventually I was going to have to watch it just off the strength that, you know, we do a podcast. I want to talk about it. And it's like important. It's very important that people understand what is happening in the world. Like, I'm so glad cameras are here now. Like, it has a good and bad with social media, but I'm so glad it's here because this would have been down talked if there was no camera.
Mm-hmm.
This would have been like George Floyd was resisting somehow if there wasn't a camera.
No convictions at all. At all.
Mm-hmm.
We barely got them with the camera. It took burning down cities.
Yeah, they tried to spin the story, for one. And for two, one of the cops already got on bail. So even with footage, 3 men holding him down, one basically on lookout, like everybody with cameras back.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically the lookout guy, like, and it's still no justice for it, for real.
Nope.
Like, we could do so much less and we would have been arrested immediately. And it almost was like, I feel like that's my biggest issue with the way the world is today. It's just like, okay, if all y'all gonna be mad enough, we'll do something.
Yeah.
And that's really kind of felt like. It felt like everybody gonna riot, loot. Okay, we'll arrest them.
Mm-hmm.
It calmed down. All right, let him out on bail. See what they do. See what that spark up. It's almost like they testing like the black community. To be honest,
That's the problem.
Yeah, I feel that.
That's 100%. Like that was a great way to word it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just that situation, because during that same time, the cops pulled the 2 college students out the car in Atlanta.
Is that when they got tased and stuff?
Yeah. Immediately, nothing happened. But once the attention came, okay, we'll go ahead and arrest them.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that's the problem. It's progress, but at the same time, it's not. Because you're only doing it because you're getting caught.
Yeah, you only doing
What
it
was the woman's
because
name who
we
got
doing
shot
something
in her
about
own house while asleep?
Oh, man.
Brianna, right?
Breonna
That's
Taylor.
what I thought, yeah. It seems like it almost hasn't been enough attention on that because not enough justice has came from that.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like, it don't even matter because look at all this attention on George Floyd and it still hasn't been the right actions taken.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, for the people that don't know what to say, if you don't say anything, I'm going to assume you're not behind us, honestly.
I can feel that.
Like, that's where I'm at today. If you're not going to say anything, and I'm not saying like you got to get on your social media and like make a statement about everything that's going on. Just from like simple conversation with people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just ask people like, how do you feel about Black Lives Matter? Like, if you go to anything that says like, you know, everybody is equal and all people this, all people that, then you clearly not understanding the difference in this fight right now.
And I think that's where that's where the problem, it's not really a problem, but the disconnect is coming in, because I feel like people who are like that, the All Lives Matter community, is taking it as it's black versus white, or no, it's not that.
Mm-hmm.
It's everybody against racism and against police brutality.
Mm-hmm.
I could sit here with a white man, a Mexican man, if we can all have the same views. It's just caring for people as a person. It's not black versus white. People have to stop making it that. And I think that's where all lives matter. You're right, all lives do matter. But right now, our black lives ain't mattering, so all lives don't matter. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And if you don't understand that, like you said, ask, talk. I'll explain it to you the same way I just said it. And if you don't get it, then at that point, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah.
And the only way to get change is things gonna have to get ugly, bro. The riots, the looting, it was ugly. And I'm not really like full support in like just destroying shit. That's not like my MO. Like, yo, we should destroy some shit. But I will say, this is like the 8th domino in the pile. Like, what did you expect to happen after all of this?
Yeah,
like, if y'all would have just fixed this shit decades ago, today wouldn't have happened.
Mm-hmm.
So to be mad at anybody mad at looting is like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? The only problem with the issue with looting is if you loot in black communities, if you loot in black-owned businesses, things like that. That's just gonna set us back.
Yeah.
But for anybody else that's just like, why y'all looting this? What are y'all doing? Like, you know this ain't gonna make change, right? You know nothing else ain't making change, right? Because we still going through the same issues. Bro. You still getting pulled over the same way you getting pulled over, bro. Same with me, same with you. It's gonna be stereotypes, period.
Yeah.
So ain't nothing working. So why you mad at this?
Bro, there's only so much talk you could do.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, people love to bring up the greats, you know, the MLKs.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, like he was a great like protester, you know what I'm saying? And change did come from that. Yeah. But change came from his death. Yeah. You know, and what happened with him talking, they killed him. It's only so much talking that you can do, and that's in any situation. At some point, action has to start taking place to cause another reaction. And I firmly believe that, man. Only so much talking can only get you so far.
Yeah, man. So, R.I.P. George Floyd, man. R.I.P. Breonna Taylor. R.I.P. everybody that's dealt with some action of this, man. R.I.P. everybody that's gone through this. Just praying for change, finally. Like, praying for change. And that's just, like, kind of taking me to, like, what the NBA is trying to do. Almost the world is trying to do. Like, Trump is trying to open everything back. You see the numbers skyrocketing back in Corona. He's still like, yo, we're not shutting this thing back down. Like, we gonna keep going. The NBA is like, look, we want to be the first domino in this regard. Like, we want to be the first sport to, like, take this off again. And it's kind of like, we gonna get to it later, but normalizing anything is just gonna get us right back where we are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Corona already slowed us down. It was supposed to show us what we need and don't need. I guess that's the best way to put it. Like, when you have to be in the house, when you can't go nowhere, what do you really need? That's kind of what Rona was, like, exposing in a way.
Yeah.
And so now that so much is happening, it's getting warm back outside. It's like things are getting lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
It's like you can get your mind off certain things now. And I feel like that's almost what the NBA would do if it came back.
It almost feels forced too, in a sense, like the NBA really trying to push coming back. Mm-hmm. And like you said, when we do touch on that situation, I mean, 100%. Mm-hmm. The Black Lives Matter movement is going to slow down a lot, for one. Mm-hmm. And just all these movements that's going on in general, because that's the only thing happening right now. So all the attention is on that. You bring back sports, even people who aren't really huge basketball fans are probably going to watch, just because sports ain't been on in 5 months. So it almost feels forced in a sense by sports, like you said, President Trump, by everything, man. I don't know.
So basically the NBA is trying to come back. I believe the start date would be July 30th, and they'll run almost into October. That's when the finals will finish, if they went through that full season like that, which would be, we kind of talked about that, but I'm not sure how it will work now that I found out that the Olympics is supposed to be in 2021. Mm-hmm. So that following NBA season would ruin a lot of players trying to play in the Olympics. Because it would collide.
In the summer.
Yeah, it would collide, or players wouldn't have enough rest, or the season would be so short. Because, you know, usually the players take the entire summer off. So that's like 3 months. You take 3 months from October, start at Christmas, after Christmas. Now it's like, okay, what kind of season is this where I can still play in the Olympics? We basically talking about a month, All-Star, and then the end of the season. That's not even half a season.
Yeah.
Because you would have to cut it that way because of the Olympics.
Even still, though, because the season would end in June and the Olympics start in, July? So that's not even a full month's rest.
Yeah. But even if you have another season, that's definitely not going to be a full month's rest.
Right.
It would either collide or it would be such a short season. So the NBA trying to come back July 30th. And then they said families couldn't come see the players in Orlando until August 30th. So they would be at least a month without families. They can only have one person stay. So, most players would love to choose their wife, their girlfriend, but in the situations with families, that's not possible. Your wife can't come without the kids.
Right.
Wife's like, I gotta stay home with the kids. I'm not about to leave the kids. You're not gonna send one kid when you got 2 other kids at home. That ain't gonna work. You're not gonna send, it's just a difficult situation already just because of Corona in itself. Like, you aren't at home being that, that man, that protector you want to be for your family. You got to be at work, which comes with work. Sometimes you do got to travel and be without your family for a point in time, but not because of a pandemic.
Right.
Would you play? Just off the pandemic alone?
Off the pandemic alone.
Like,
would I be away from my family for a month? I guess it would depend on my situation at the crib. If it's just me and my girl, you know what I'm saying, and she could come out there, I probably would play. But if I had kids and whatnot, probably not, just based off it's a hassle alone. Yeah.
So due to...
Well, is it really a hassle if you're in the NBA, though?
Well, as far as it's just making the kid, you know what I'm saying? I'm away from the crib for a month. Like, let's say I just had a newborn. Like,
so a newborn, that's different. Than,
you know what I'm saying?
Like,
or even a 1-year-old,
Yeah.
It's...
I didn't think about the super.
Yeah, I don't think Giannis' child is even 6 months.
I don't think so.
He just had a child.
Like, legit newborn.
See, that's different. And that's going to affect that team itself alone if he don't show up for games. So that's different. But I was thinking like 10, 11, 12 years old. So I didn't think about the young. And so you got a point with the
Yeah,
and Giannis not playing is a big deal for the Bucks. So I wouldn't. Yeah, that's tough right there.
I mean, the NBA is trying to do everything they can. Like, they're separating teams based off seating and hotels. Players will regularly be tested for COVID. Based on test results, if you're positive, you must isolate away from team hotel for 14 days. Then pass a cardiac test to return. I think you got to get tested twice for that. And if for whatever reason you leave the hotel or that area, which they're calling the bubble, you must quarantine for 4 to 10 days, depending on the reason of departure. So, yeah, man, you would definitely be at least a month without your family. I feel like that's difficult enough to try to get everybody on the same page.
Yeah.
That's already too difficult enough. And then it's people like Kyrie who feel the way he feels about the entire situation of Black Lives Matter and everything going on in the world. I wish I had the direct quote in front of me from days ago, but basically paraphrasing, Kyrie was saying, he almost looked at the situation as if it was racist in itself if we brought the league back. Like, they're focused more on us just playing basketball instead of us making a change in the world. And basically, Kyrie was saying he's not with it. For one, Kyrie already wasn't even going to play anyway. Kyrie wasn't going to play in Orlando, whether this was going on or not. Like, Kyrie's coming on injury. Kyrie just wants to start the new season with KD. So Kyrie wasn't going to play regardless. Like, just off the COVID thing, Kyrie wasn't going to play. Then the Black Lives Matter thing happened, and Kyrie is definitely not in support. And a lot of people are killing him for it. And I feel like a lot of people are killing him for it because they just want to stop talking about this. Like, they don't want to talk about what's going on in the world anymore. They like, we've been talking about this enough. Like, we want some entertainment. We want something fresh. We want, like, if the NBA came back, it would be fun. Like, we missed the NBA. Obviously, people understand that, but there's something bigger at hand going on. And I feel like I understand Kyrie.
Yeah, I feel like I understand them too, where you're coming from.
I definitely do.
That is gonna slow down a lot of the protests and stuff that's going on, a lot of that movement.
Yeah, and then people were like, what's the best way to say this? People were on Kyrie as if like Kyrie was forcing people to say what they were saying. Like, there's a lot of people on board with Kyrie that Kyrie didn't have to convince. It's a lot of people that felt that way. Kyrie is just a person that's not going to hold his tongue.
Yeah.
Like, Kyrie gonna say what he want to say.
Yeah.
And Kyrie is a good enough player where the microphone's gonna come to him. So Kyrie gonna always speak his mind. And I feel like somebody gotta do this. Somebody gotta be what a lot of people feel is the bad guy in this. Like, somebody needed to say this, bro, because this is true.
Yeah, are you really the bad guy in saying it? He's just getting turned into one. You gonna look like that.
He just wanted to get the brain, really.
Yeah. I wouldn't say you're the bad guy though, but some people would. I get what you're saying. Some people would, but I just don't feel like that's the case. I feel like he got a few.
The funniest thing to me is when people said, I don't think we should. Basically, people like, I don't think NBA players should sit out because what you gonna do? There's no plan. If LeBron said this, bro, like, I'm gonna sit out because Black Lives Matter is more important, people would assume LeBron had a plan because it's LeBron James.
Yeah.
Because it's Kyrie Irving, they like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, you don't even know what you're gonna do. Like, you just talking. If LeBron said this, bro, I really would want to see what the world reaction would have been like.
Yeah,
they would have been like, damn, like Bron willing to sacrifice everything for this shit. Like, damn.
Yeah,
like Bron really like, they'd be like, Bron's like throwing away a ring right now for this shit. Because a lot of people believe the Lakers had the best chance to win. A lot of people want to see LeBron win. They'd be like, damn, he sacrificed an NBA ring. Kyrie say this is like, yo, shut up. That's literally how people took it. They were like, yo, shut up.
Especially because Kyrie has said questionable things in the past, different things like world being flat, the whole whatever.
This is the social media era though. Everybody feels like they can judge everybody.
Right.
That social media era. Like, seriously. Everybody is just like, yo, what'd he say? let me judge him real quick. Let me get my opinion out on that.
Yeah.
Just saying shit.
I agree. And then it's making it difficult for Kyrie to get his point across too, especially when Bron said, we can play and still make a change. But like when we was talking off of camera, when the Eric Gardner situation happened, that's literally what happened. Everybody had the I Can't Breathe shirts, spoke out on it. And nothing happened because you fast forward 8 years later, it's happening again. So at that point, like I said earlier, action needs to take place. Just because you're out there playing, you still making those owners money. You still putting fans in them seats. You still making the franchise money. So at the end of the day, they don't really care what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Once LeBron James not playing, Kyrie Irving not playing, Giannis not playing, James Harden not playing.
The league
it's not making money. I don't care what type of replacement players you bring in. At that point, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely feel what Kyrie is saying, and I agree with it. To be honest, he just doesn't have the unity behind him for that action to work.
Yeah, let me read some Kendrick Perkins quotes. Quote, if you take Kyrie Irving's brain and put it in a bird right now, it's going to fly backwards. End quote. Quote, Kyrie Irving, right now, you are a distraction. You are the distractor. It's crazy to me because you come out and you do something simple without talking to President Chris Paul or consulting with Michael Roberts. Let's sit out without a plan. It makes zero sense, and I totally disagree. So if Kyrie is a distraction right now for saying he wants to sit out, what is the league going to be?
A bigger one. Simple as that.
He's basically saying we're not talking about anything. We're talking about Kyrie. What you think the NBA going to be when LeBron dropped 40? What do he think that's going to be? I'm just shout out KD for calling Kendrick Perkins a sellout, bro. Like, that should have been said months ago.
Straight on Perk.
I thought Perk was different, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Cool. I'm done calling him Perk. Like, if I don't mess with you, you don't get no nickname. I thought Kendrick Perkins was cool, bro. No, you don't get no nicknames when I don't mess with you, bro. I'm cool. I thought Kendrick Perkins was cool, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I thought a lot of people in the league respected him, bro. This is crazy.
That man just lost his nickname.
I'm not about to call you no nickname.
Bro, because I just don't get how you don't understand it. Like I said, you can maybe not agree with Kyrie. Like, I want to play. And like Bron said, maybe you think playing, getting that check, putting it towards a foundation is the best way to help. That's cool. That is 100% okay. But to call Kyrie basically dumb for saying that is completely ignorant to me. I just don't get it, bro. How are you saying, like you said, that's a distraction? Him saying those words is a distraction, but a whole NBA playoffs is not for months. You think people are still going to be talking about this in October when the finals happening? No.
And obviously, anybody with the right state of mind would say, look, if you somebody out here getting a lot of money, which NBA players are, and you give it back to the community, do whatever you can to support Black Lives Matter everywhere in the world, of course we are very acceptance of that, appreciate that, everything. But ain't that what's been going on?
It's been happening, bro. Charities and
is this not just Kyrie, like, yo, we got to switch it up because ain't shit changing?
Yeah.
Like, is that not really what Kyrie's saying? I know it's probably a lot more under the table as far as, numbers and things like that. Like I saw Stephen A. Smith say, if the players did do this and didn't play, it would offset, like, basically the whole, like, players organization, and they would have to fight for contracts again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the whole money would be different next year. It would kind of be like NFL style, where they would try to get, what's it called in NFL? Like, you can only pay a certain amount of money.
Nope.
I can't think of it right now. God, I can't think of it.
It got something to do with budgets.
Like the bargaining agreement?
Yeah, like things like that.
Yeah.
So basically, it would be like a salary cap. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh,
it would be
yeah.
a salary cap in the NBA. Like
So not as
in the
much
NFL.
guaranteed.
Yeah.
Money.
It would be a totally different scenario. They would bring that back into the picture if NBA players decide not to really play.
Mm-hmm.
I guess what I'm understanding about Kyrie Irving is, like, if you want change, you got to put it all on the line. Like, this might be what we really have to do. Like, I was supportive of Dwight Howard's quote. Like, he said, quote, I would love nothing more than win my very first NBA championship, but the unity of my people would be an even bigger championship, end quote.
How about that quote?
Like, that's real.
It's real talk. Because at the end of the day, NBA is a game, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we really out here losing lives. Like, families being destroyed, getting killed for something that can be changed. But it takes action and it takes unity to change it. That's, at the end of the day, that's just what it is. Like Kyrie said, like, he will risk it all for this. As he should.
I fuck with it.
I couldn't imagine if Bron said this, bro.
Bro,
This
it would be a whole
totally
different.
It would be a serious thought. I'll tell you that much.
They'd be like, wow, like, this is real.
Yeah.
Instead, they're like, yo,
That would
Kyrie,
be
shut up.
that would be
That's
so different.
crazy. That's so crazy. Like, it's all about, the message could be lost if it's the wrong messenger.
Mm-hmm.
The message
And that's
will
what
be lost.
it's
if it's the
basically
wrong
looking
messenger.
like it's going to come down to, because the way Kyrie getting treated about it now, I don't see it changing, at this point in that aspect of people not agreeing with it. So it's tough. But yeah, if LeBron said it, bro.
If Bron plays, bro, it's happening, bro. If Bron say, I'm hooping, probably 80% of the league gonna hoop.
Because he ain't going to look like, at this point, I'm feeling like Kyrie just going to look like how Colin Kaepernick look in the NFL.
Yeah.
It's
You know what I'm
possible,
saying?
for
Like,
sure.
just to, that's not exactly like that, because the reason it was kind of similar, though. See, he was taking the kneel for,
The unique situation of Kyrie is Colin was coming off so many different circumstances because, for one, that team was going in no direction. He was in the last year of a contract. So Kyrie is in a situation where it's like, yo, if I play and KD play, this is possible championship, this is possible more money for you. Like, just looking at it from an owner's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Owner's perspective in the NFL is like, we don't need Cap. Cap not even that good right now.
Oh,
Cap
yeah.
just went Cap didn't win a lot of games his last season. Cap looked like a huge distraction. It was easier to downplay Cap in the NFL than Kyrie in the NBA.
yeah, I see what
It's
you're saying.
only 12 players. Kyrie is such a pivotal player in getting a championship playing with Kevin Durant. And he's not in the last year of his deal.
Yeah, so it's a little different. But the thing is, people reacting to it, and they're going in the opposite direction about it. Like, we even saying if Bron said it, it'd be different. So us saying that alone still feel like it ain't enough.
It's all about the messenger, bro.
Yeah.
Cap been said all this. Cap been tried all this. Cap tried the whole kneeling thing. That didn't work. And now it's crazy that the people that didn't applaud him are now applauding him. I find that crazy. Like now, if he gets a job, what would you feel like if Cap got signed now?
It wasn't genuine at all.
At all. It's almost like whatever the owners do with Cap is a lose-lose. Because if you sign Cap and give him a job and he does well, it's like, see, you should have been did this. We've been told y'all Cap was good.
Mm-hmm.
Like y'all just scapegoated Cap for no reason. But if you bring Cap back, he doesn't do well, you get rid of him quickly. Okay, y'all did it for a PR move. Like y'all didn't want Cap back in the league, period. Y'all was just trying to make us happy for a little bit. Y'all knew it was a lot of turmoil. Y'all knew black people wanted to see this happen for a long time. So now it's just like, okay, bring Cap in for a couple weeks, they'll be off of it. It's a lose-lose either way, no matter what NFL owner does. Mm-hmm. And then it's like Roger Goodell was like, now he's behind it. Now he wants to bring Cap in any kind of way. Whether he was on staff with making decisions for the entire league or he's on the actual team. Now he wants Cap. Just in some kind of way, he wants Cap back with the NFL. It's just not genuine at all.
It feels forced, man.
Yeah, I hope all these companies understand that, like, we know a PR statement.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I hope y'all understand.
Like, we're not that dumb. Like, oh, they apologize or they really mean it. Like, no, you just don't want to lose your business. Like, we're not dumb. But especially with, I believe it was Anthony Lynn saying that he wanted to bring Cap in years ago, and it wasn't up to him. Like, it was decisions of higher power. Like, that alone shows you he was blackballed, basically. Kept out the league. So now if you want to bring him back just because all this racial injustice happening, it's like you said, it's forced, man. I wouldn't firmly believe it at all. I would think that he getting signed for PR, that he not going to get a fair chance.
And then, if they do sign Cap, I'm going to look at it as 100% PR move. Because I'm going to be like, Cap ain't better than Cam Newton. So why Cam Newton ain't signed?
Oh, yeah, you got a point.
Like now, I'm literally going to look at it like, this is 100% PR, bro. You didn't even sign Cam?
Yeah,
they damn near do the same thing.
4 or 5 years now?
Am I tripping? Like Cam, they damn near are the same type of style QB.
Yeah, for sure.
They're not the most accurate, but they not like just inaccurate. But they mobile QBs. They have size. They're tall.
Make plays happen. Yeah.
Like they'll get you those gritty third downs. Like all that kind of things. Like if you sign Cap and Cam Newton not signed, that is completely PR. That don't make sense. That's completely PR to me.
No, that's facts.
Complete PR, bro. So for all these companies that, like, bro, I remember when everybody was saluting Nike. Damn, this might kill my Nike deal. But I remember when everybody was saluting Nike for like, wow, like Nike's behind Cap. It took them like 3 weeks to do that. If you was behind somebody like the same day, I would salute you, bro. But nobody is doing that. Everybody's like, is it safe now?
Yeah, I feel that.
We hop on board. It's safe. It's cool. Majority of people over there, all right, let's walk over there. Like, no, bro, that's not cool. Like, if you was on this side before shit hit the fan, I would salute you. But don't hop on the boat late, bro.
Yeah,
like,
and that's deeper than just sports. That's with actual companies too, like Starbucks, bro.
Every company, bro.
They what? Maybe the real come out like, nah, ain't no Black Lives Matter clothing or nothing going on. Backlash come, nah, we just playing.
The real been
The
real been coming out for a long time, bro. The real came out when I seen the way just so many things, bro. Just for 2020, I seen the way they handled Kobe. Like, the real been coming out for a while. Like, a while. All these companies that y'all looking up to, all this news that people are relying on. Y'all don't remember how they handled Kobe's death? They said his whole family was on there. Like, that was the television y'all watch every day was saying, like, Kobe's whole family's on there. They was trying to beat you to a story. Like, don't you see what they doing?
That's
like,
ridiculous.
it's kind of crazy to me. And I don't ever want to be that kind of conspiracy person like that. But that was, like, too clear. That was, like, way too clear. People was just like, who was it? We don't know. It was 5, though? Okay.
Right.
That had to be them.
Rick Fox.
Oh, his daughter's at home?
Oh,
yeah,
the
that must have been
logo,
Rick Fox.
on the
Like,
side?
what are y'all talking about? this is such a sensitive and serious topic. Like, you don't have to rush this for likes and retweets and CNN trustworthy. So we know they did it. Like, probably ruined my CNN interview, but whatever. I'm just saying, bro. It's just like the real is coming out.
Yeah. Even still to this day, the Kobe thing's been handled so bad, bro. Remember, it was foggy or something like that. And now yesterday I saw they said the pilot made a mistake, like he was really descending when he said it was ascending. So we still don't really know the truth, honestly.
Yeah, that's weird in itself, though, for the story to be changed
It just
so
keeps
much.
changing, bro.
Like people saying, "Oh, Roger Goodell might take a knee now with NFL players when the season start back." Like, that's not what we want. We want like real change, real action.
Yeah,
you taking a knee is like, okay, that look good for a pick. What are you really doing behind the scenes? Like,
Yeah.
that's where the work is.
Mm-hmm.
The work isn't usually in front of the camera. The work is behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Like when everybody was killing Jay-Z at first when he got with the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what he's doing behind the scenes. But in front of the cam, it don't look too good.
And that's where the bag come in with the cameras, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the rioting, because I was getting so tired of the picture with the police, holding hands. And because at the end of the day, how many times the police then came up to any of us and was like, "Hey, man, what's up? What you got going on today?" Shaking our hand, talking to us.
Mm-hmm.
I wait because it hasn't happened. So doing that for the camera and being like, "See, not all police are bad." But yeah, 5 minutes after that, they shot my man with some tear gas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's not real.
The same exact
That's not change. And that's exactly what, going back to the original topic, what Kyrie is saying.
Yeah, for sure.
That in front of the camera nonsense is literally that for the camera.
And sometimes it work in the opposite effect too, where you could get in and look like something for the camera. For example, because I was just talking about this, and I got informed that what Kanye was doing with Trump that time, like he was acting like he messed with Trump originally to kind of get a seat at the table to try to do some stuff behind the scenes, like help out in the opposite way. So
I'm a Kanye fan, but Kanye was wild. I don't know if I believe that.
I heard he said like, I won't need this hat no more. Blah 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 and all this. Like, I got what I was trying to do.
That's like really what's crazy about social media. Say say Kanye was really doing that the entire time. You only saw Kanye on camera walking with Trump, so it was nothing but those assumptions. Like, that Kanye is not with us, this and that. Even though Kanye was saying some off the wall shit, like he really was saying some off the wall shit. If he was doing that, people was like, "Well, I ain't see that, so I don't believe it."
Mm-hmm.
Most of the groundwork ain't done on camera. I'm working. I don't need no camera. I'm working hard.
You're right.
Like, I'm not worried about is this getting filmed. I'm working. Like, that's what's it's so weird that people don't understand that.
Yeah.
Like I said, because of Rona, bro, Rona was already exposing everything. Now I like how these cameras are exposing everything.
Yeah.
Like, even in more detail than I thought. Like, for real.
Man, what you think about the Drew Brees thing? Because I kind of been wanting to speak on
I forgot about that.
Let me ask, do you think his apology was, like, genuine? Like, he really meant that?
See, Drew Brees is tough because Drew Brees did a lot of things for New Orleans.
He did.
But I hope that people understand that just because you do things for New Orleans doesn't mean that you are in full support of what we're going through.
Mm-hmm.
New Orleans isn't 100% black people.
No.
So just because he did things for New Orleans does not mean that he is for us in what we're going through today.
Mm-hmm.
So when his statement came out, which he doubled down on his statement, that's what was like really crazy about it. It was like, okay, this is how you truly feel. I'm cool off Drew Brees. Then the PR statement came out. Mm-hmm. We all know PR statements.
Yeah.
Then he does his own personal one, talking about, I didn't realize this, and that. I really don't believe him.
You don't believe it?
No. How have you been, which this is possible though, but I will say, how have you been in the locker room with black people all your life, been in the streets of New Orleans, like Drew Brees is outside, like Drew Brees is involved in the community. And You still don't understand what Cap was kneeling for? It took you to get killed in the media for you to see it now.
Mm-hmm.
You was playing when it was going on. It was black people all around you when it was going on, and
He was kneeling.
And that didn't put two and two together. Then I just don't like how people have the perfect statements after they've been killed.
Yeah.
After they've been killed for it.
I will say, I feel like there is some people that was misinterpreting Cap's kneeling. Because you remember, originally people were saying that it was for the flag, like he disrespecting the flag. So,
I will say this about a Cap. Cap needs to talk more.
He do, for sure.
Cap should have been cleared up a lot of things that were said about him. I understand a lot of people were like, look, man, I don't like to talk about everything that's said about me. I can't react to every single person.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been way too long. Like, Cap should have had some statements about something for a long time now.
Well, that's where that ignorance come in, though. Because let's say I'm a 34-year-old white man. I don't understand what you've been going through your whole life because I haven't lived that life. So if I take it as you disrespecting the flag and you never say, yo, no, I'm not, this is why, then maybe that is his thought going forward. You know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying is, I can't believe this is Drew Brees' first time hearing those explanations about why Cap.
That I agree with.
That don't make sense. I do not believe that was the first time he ever heard an explanation about why Cap knelt in that way. That has been clear for years now.
To us. Like, we understand it. You still got those people who say
he did a whole press conference saying
flag, blah, blah, blah.
He did a whole press conference. Drew Brees not done.
Yeah.
Drew Brees not done, especially when he's surrounded by other black people.
Yeah.
On a daily basis.
That's what we don't really know, you know?
And then it's just like Drew Brees is so politically correct. Like, I was so surprised that he said it like that.
I was definitely surprised.
Like I said, he doubled down on it. Like, that's what he truly meant, like, in his heart, for real. And then I heard, like, people like Shannon Sharp and others say, like, our granddads was fighting with your granddad, right? Like, what are you talking about? He's talking about my family members have fought for this country. I'm not going to disrespect them in that manner.
Yeah. Meaning the flag.
The flag.
Yeah.
You think black people weren't fighting with your granddad?
Exactly.
Came home with no rights. So, I don't know. I'm lost. I'm lost how you don't understand that.
Anybody taking it in as disrespect to the flag is just ignorant. Unless, if you're doing it on purpose, you're definitely ignorant. And if you truly don't understand, you're ignorant in an uneducated sense. Because there's no way disrespectful to the flag. Like, that's not what it's for.
That was one hell of a save on Instagram.
It was.
That was one hell of a save.
And that's what made me bring up the question, because Drew Brees' character, like, he has done so many positive things. That's like, if Peyton Manning said that, I'll be like, damn, what the hell going on?
And that's like the company I had Drew Brees in. Like, I would assume Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Brady would never say something like that.
Yeah.
So you still mess with Drew Brees? It's not that I don't mess with Drew Brees. I just understand what side he on.
There you go. I don't hate Drew Brees, but I definitely question him in the back of my mind.
I look at it like this. We had to convince you about this. We had to get on your ass for you to understand.
Yeah.
I get it. That's like all I can really say. We had to get on your ass for you to understand. Like, you just didn't get it. We had to get on you about it.
Yeah.
So, it's a lot, bro. And for all the people that saying like I'm so tired of talking about this, people have been tired for years. Don't want to hear it. Honestly, I didn't want to come in here and talk about this because this will have me in thought for like the rest of the week, bro. Like, I'm always in thought of things like this. Like, I really don't want to be. Like, I would love to have the league back so I don't have to think about this as much.
Mm-hmm.
But no real change is gonna come if we really normalize life how it is. Like, maybe we do need to like make this ugly to get change.
Yeah, I agree though.
Do we got anything else? Anybody else y'all wanna put on the stand real quick?
Understand?
Kanye, Kyrie. Cap, you gotta say something. Drew Brees, I'm cool.
Straight on.
Kendrick for sure. No, ain't no Kendrick Perkins, I'm cool. Anybody else understand? Shout out Lil Baby for that song, man. For real. Shout out Lil Baby.
Wayne understand.
Wayne, what Wayne do?
Man, I don't even know. He done said so much nonsense.
For
It was
real?
some garbage though. But he said this like is our fault. Like we can't move forward till we look at ourselves or something like that. Like it's our fault that this is happening.
Wayne understand. Wayne understand.
I gotta do some research. He said that for real?
Yeah,
He said as black people, it's our own fault.
yeah. He said it's our fault
For what?
that this is happening.
Like police?
Like the way we being treated, I guess.
Like for real?
Yeah, bro. Dead serious.
Like he's saying we the reason why the police treat us like this?
Yeah. I mean, believe it or not, a lot of people feel like that. Those people feel like that.
How?
I couldn't tell you, bro.
Like you dead ass.
Dead serious, bro. You look it up right now.
What?
Yeah, I heard he said something like that too, though.
It was like last week, if I'm not mistaken.
Man. We might have to get back to this. I didn't know this. Wow. He got a whole interview. Okay. Yeah, we gonna get back to this.
Yeah, you ready for next part,
I
huh?
didn't know that. Yeah, that's crazy.
I ain't say he never experienced racism in his life, too.
He wasn't outside?
I don't know how you don't experience racism and you grew up in New Orleans. Like, come on, bro. You're not finna tell me cops ain't racist in New Orleans, dog.
Sound like he getting paid to say something different now.
Yeah.
Say a white cop saved his life, so man.
Anybody else, man? We gonna come back to that though. Oh. Last thing on the NBA. So they said, let me find that. So they said players have until June 24th to inform their team whether they plan to participate. What do you think gonna happen, bro?
Exactly what we said.
If
Unless-
LeBron want to play, everybody gonna end up playing.
For the most part, you know.
So you agree with Pat Bev? Like Pat Bev said that. If Bron want to play, we finna play.
Do I agree with it?
So that's virtually what he said. Like Bron damn near run the league. Like if Bron want to play, they gonna make this happen.
I agree with that statement, yeah. Do I agree with that it should be like that? Not necessarily, because I do feel what Kyrie is saying.
But I also feel what Matt Barnes said when Matt Barnes said, if y'all do play, which y'all need to, y'all can get in front of everything. Like y'all can be the first sport to like make the difference.
Yeah.
Rather than like putting it in another sport's hand, because MLB ain't about to do none of that.
They not doing that shit.
NFL, they too honestly controlled.
Yeah.
They not about to do what NBA players could do.
Mm-hmm.
NBA players could do a lot more. They can do a lot more things. But I will say anything done in a game, no, that's not going to get it done.
It's going to always be after the game.
Anything before the game or during the game, like with the anthem, that's not going to get it done. We need like real action.
Yeah.
Like we saw that with the Eric Gardner thing. Like we need real action.
But what real action gonna be able to get done? They gonna have to get creative as hell. Cause,
No, it's got to get ugly.
But how it's go? Would you go fuck up the stadium before the game? Like, I don't see how it's gonna be.
Man, what? No, not like that, bro. I just mean like,
But
it's
then,
going to take something that's never been done before for real.
that's why I said they're gonna have to get creative. That's all I'm saying, because what we doing is we contradicting ourselves once we say that, because what's left other than talking that the NBA can do? You see what I'm saying? Action wise, so it's like, it's
That's
you
where they
limited.
gotta come together.
Yeah, it's gonna have to get creative, like some before after that game, but I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. That's the thing about this whole situation: COVID, Black Lives Matter, all of this stuff, bro. You don't know what's next, bro. I ain't never felt that. I don't know what's next feeling ever this much before. So especially like with getting old and having more responsibilities, like. And like being at that stage where it matter to you now, like you're not no kid, like your parent got to deal with that. It's like it matter to you now. And this is getting crazy, bro. So
And then we the next gen up to like have kids.
That's what I'm saying. It's getting crazy, bro.
Mhm.
So glad I don't have no kid right now, bro. It's like a terrible.
But even what about the future and having one too? It's like still
It's
not
still
knowing,
uncertain,
bro.
for
Yeah,
sure.
that's
And
what
shout out
I'm
all the parents, man, that have to tell like younger kids that actually need that explanation of what's going on. Like I'm sure that's the toughest conversation they've
Yeah,
ever had
for
to
real,
have.
bro. For real.
Like for anybody that like drove through Chicago when everything was looted,
Mm-hmm.
like just with your younger kid, siblings, anything like that, you have to actually explain what they're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that's
Yeah.
probably the toughest conversation.
Yeah, that's
So,
crazy.
especially people our age too, because we never even experienced nothing like this.
Yeah, so that's
And you
super
want to
tough.
say the right things.
Yeah,
wanna
that's
let
what I
them
was
know,
about
like
to
you in
say.
support, but you're not in support of going out at night and just breaking shit.
Yeah, that's a tough combo.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like I said, this is like the eighth domino that's fell over, bro. Like if y'all would have fixed it decades ago, we wouldn't be here. You got anything else?
Stay safe, man.
Yeah, everybody stay safe, man. Everybody, man. RIP everybody RIP everybody, man. Like for real. Anybody that's lost through some type of form like this, even through Rona, everybody. Like, damn, I wish we could hear like what Kobe would say to all this shit.
Bro,
Man.
that's
Even like, imagine like, who I really want to hear from would be Nip, bro. This is right up like Nip Alley to speak on some shit like this.
Yeah, that stuff crazy.
Like when I seen Steven Jackson speaking, I was like, bro, like I could see Nip right next to him, bro. Like for real. So yeah, man. Anything else?
Oh man.
Bro. 3D Pod, man, episode 9.